In this video, I'm going to be giving you a brief summary of the while loop in Java and the do while loop. So these loops are very similar. They are both considered flag-controlled loops. A flag-controlled loop is basically a loop that only functions based on whether or not a condition is true or false. So with a standard while loop, the syntax would be while, parentheses, curly bracket, and then inside of the parentheses you put a condition. So the condition could be anything, like you could put true directly. This would be an example of an infinite loop, which, as you can see, would print out the same thing over and over, or repeat whatever function you put in pretty much infinitely. So like, let's say I wanted it to print out hello. If we were to run this code, it would print hello endlessly. It would never stop. Now, an infinite loop you shouldn't really do because, one, it takes up a lot of memory. It also is just poor programming practice. Now, you can go ahead and close that. So, the other end of this is if you had a false condition. Now, if the condition is false with the while loop, the body of the code will never execute. You'll get an error in your IDE because the code inside is unreachable. If you try to run this, you're going to get an error, Java unreachable statement, because, as I said, the condition is false, so nothing in here will run. Now this is a little different when you do a do while loop. So a do while loop has the following syntax. It's the word do, curly bracket, and then after the second curly bracket you're going to have while, parentheses, and your condition. So for this we'll do x is less than 10. Alright, then let's go ahead and initialize the variable x. We'll make an integer x equal to 1. So what we're going to do with this one is we're going to have, as long as x is less than 10, we're going to be printing out x. So system.out.println x, and then we're going to increment x each time as well. Let's make sure we have something for the condition to check. Alright, let's go ahead and run that. So as you can see, we continued until x was less than 10. So the first pass, x is equal to 1. It prints out what's in the do while statement first, and then it checks the condition. So you'll notice we ended up printing 9, and then we checked the condition. So let's say we had x is less than 0. This should still print out, but it won't continue. Because of the do while loop, you are always going to be printing what's inside the code block at least once, because it checks the condition after, unlike the while loop, which checks it before running the code block. So let's go ahead and run this, and you'll see it still prints out x once, even though the condition is false. So this can be helpful when you want to have your code always print out something at least once, and then if something changes, you don't print it. But if you want it to be straightforward, if the condition is false, not print at all, and if it's true, then be able to print, then you usually use a while loop. The do while loop is a little more uncommonly used, but it does have its purposes. Alright, so that's it for today. If you guys have anything you want me to cover in particular, leave a comment and let me know, and thanks for watching.